Hey everyone, this is Jeff with Creative IT Resources, and I'm going to walk you through the installation of Team Foundation Server Express 2012. Then we'll follow that with just a real brief overview of configuring TFS. Before we begin, let me show you a couple websites here from Microsoft. The first one is the Microsoft Visual Studio Downloads page. This is where you can get the latest and greatest. We'll click Visual Studio Express 2012. Here at the bottom we'll have Visual Studio Team Foundation Server Express 2012 with Update 3. So that's as of this video today. To download it, you can do the bottom one. That gives you the ISO image. Alternatively, you can click the Install Now and it downloads it and installs it as a temporary file. The other option is from Microsoft's Download Center. You can do a search and download this version here as well, but like I said, you can go to the Visual Studio page and make sure you get the latest and greatest. Now let's jump right in. I have the ISO image mounted here in my VM. We'll start it by clicking the TFS Express executable, accept the license terms, say yes. Now the files are copied over. We're going to run the wizard for the Team Foundation application server, and we're going to ignore the build service for now. Click Start Wizard. I'm going to uncheck Yes, send information to Microsoft, and point out something else here. Right away, the port number is 8080 is the default. If you wanted to change the port number for TFS, you'd click Change here, and we could change the port number. This is also the service account for which it will run. We're going to leave it as the network service account. Click OK, and then Next. Then we'll click Configure. Now that that's succeeded, we'll click Next, and here we are pretty much finished. The only thing we really need to note is here's the URL to connect with your client, Team Explorer for example, and the firewall exception has already been created. I'm going to go ahead and click on this link, and we'll come back to this in just a moment. Let's go back to the wizard and we'll click Close and close again. The administration console immediately comes up. If you need to bring it up later, it is in your Start menu under Team Foundation Server. What we want to do is take a look at the team collections. We'll notice the default collection as provided by the installation. We can continue to use that if we want to. We can also create a new collection, give it a name, next, create a new database for this collection, and then next, and then verify. Now this is going to create a database named TFS underscore the name that you provided. Click Create, and it will create this database. The collection is now created, and we just click Complete, just acknowledging it as passed, and then we'll close. So now we have two collections. Keep in mind, now that we've gone through this, I can explain this to you. Each collection is its own database. The restrictions behind those databases for this installation, because we use SQL Server Express Edition, you do have the database limits that SQL Server Express Edition imposes. Let's go into the demo, for example, and here we can administer the group memberships or the specific security. Here in the security, we would actually provide permissions for what you can, cannot do, allow, deny. The group membership is basically who belongs to what. What I wanted to point out for the collection permissions, there's another site as well. Let me bring that up. This is the Microsoft site that has information regarding each permission that we just saw a moment ago. I'll post these URLs, by the way, down below so you can access them. But there's two sections. Essentially we have the server level permissions, and the one that we're interested in is the collection level permissions. Underneath this section, here's a table for all the permissions that are applicable. So let's close this, and I brought up the link in the web browser, and I wanted to point out one thing. You cannot create or manage collections themselves, however you can administer permissions essentially for the collections. On the left here, we'll notice the two collections that we created. And if we go into the demo, we can manage collection security and group membership, which is what we just had over here in the administration console. So that's it. That's a quick overview of TFS Express Edition 2012. That should be enough information to get you started. So I hope you found this useful. If you like what you've seen, don't forget to subscribe down below and click like. Nevertheless, thank you again. Appreciate you watching.